I saw they changed the contract, the girl whispered, her voice trembling like a fragile thread about to snap, and in that single breath the entire world of the millionaire standing before her seemed to tilt off balance. If you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the quiet courage of ordinary people, take a moment right now to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps stories like this alive. The gala hall shimmered under crystal chandeliers, filled with the soft hum of powerful conversations and the clinking of fine glasses. At the center of it all stood Adrian Velasco, 45 years old, sharp-featured, impeccably dressed in a tailored black tuxedo, known across the city as a self-made millionaire who had risen from nothing. His company had just announced a massive redevelopment project that promised jobs, growth, and prosperity. Cameras flashed around him, investors praised him, and politicians shook his hand. He looked calm, confident, untouchable. No one noticed the 17-year-old girl standing near the service entrance, her hands clasped tightly in front of her simple navy dress. Her name was Lucia Moreno. She worked part-time helping the catering staff while finishing high school on a scholarship funded by Adrian's own foundation. Her dark hair was tied back in a low ponytail, and her wide brown eyes carried a weight far beyond her years. She did not belong among the glittering crowd, yet she stood there with a storm raging inside her. Lucia had been filing documents earlier that week at the foundation's office, grateful for the extra hours that helped her mother pay rent. That was when she noticed something strange. Two versions of the redevelopment contract lay in separate folders. The original document clearly promised that the old Riverside neighborhood would be renovated with affordable housing preserved for longtime residents. The second version, dated only 3 days later, quietly removed those clauses. In their place were plans for luxury apartments and private commercial spaces. The signatures were the same. The official stamps were the same. But the heart of the promise had vanished. Riverside was Lucia's home. It was where her mother worked double shifts at a laundry shop and where elderly neighbors shared food when someone was short on money. It was where children played in cracked courtyards and where hope survived in small, stubborn ways. The new contract meant eviction notices, rising rents, and families scattered like leaves in the wind. Lucia had barely slept since that discovery. She told herself it must be a mistake. Adrian Velasco was known for his charity. He had spoken publicly about never forgetting his own childhood in a cramped apartment. He had said he wanted to build opportunity, not destroy it. But the papers did not lie. Someone had changed the contract. And everyone at the gala was celebrating a project that would quietly erase her entire community. As Adrian stepped away from the cameras for a moment of quiet, Lucia found herself moving toward him. Her legs felt weak, yet something stronger than fear pushed her forward. When she reached him, the music seemed to fade in her ears. She did not raise her voice. She did not accuse. She simply whispered the truth she carried like a burden too heavy for her small frame. She told him she had seen the original contract. She told him it had been changed. She told him Riverside would lose everything. For a second, Adrian's expression remained polished and unreadable. Then something flickered in his eyes, confusion, then disbelief. He asked her to explain, and as she spoke in rushed, trembling sentences, the pieces began to align in his mind. He had delegated the final negotiations to his executive team, trusting them to secure better returns for investors while honoring the social commitments he had insisted on. He had not reviewed the final draft himself. He had assumed his vision remained intact. The realization hit him with a force no business rival ever had. In his ambition to grow faster, to compete harder, to prove himself once again, he had loosened his grip on the very values that built his reputation. If what Lucia said was true, then his silence had allowed greed to slip in unnoticed. The thought of families like hers losing their homes under his company's name tightened his chest. Instead of dismissing her, Adrian did something unexpected. He asked her to show him the documents. That same night, away from the lights and applause, he had his legal team pull every version of the contract. The evidence was undeniable. Clauses had been altered during a late-stage revision approved by 2 senior executives, buried in a stack of financial adjustments. Technically legal. Morally hollow.